Blue catfish are an invasive species in the Chesapeake Bay watershed. They are highly abundant in our tidal river systems, but luckily they're really easy to catch on a rod and reel. They're a lot of fun on light tackle, and by filleting and consuming your catch, you can play a role in helping to mitigate against their negative impacts. When I'm out targeting blue catfish on our tidal tributaries to the Chesapeake Bay, there's a few places I like to try to prospect first. If I can find a channel, and particularly the channel edge, the contour, where I've got depth change, that's a great place where fish tend to stage and school up. Additionally, if I can find the channel in a river bend, even better. As the current pushes up along that channel edge, it's a great place to prospect for staging fish. Finally, if I can find a confluence where two tributaries come together and find that current seam, if there's a drop off or a hole or a depth change, it's a great place to soak some baits for catfish. In addition to finding the channel, any sort of additional cover or structure can be beneficial. You can see here we've got a downed tree overhanging the river, providing some additional cover right in the middle of a channel bend. This is a great place to prospect for blue catfish. While having a small boat or kayak can certainly be beneficial, it's definitely not essential for finding blue catfish. There are plenty of land-based access points along our tidal tributaries, oftentimes with great bank access and piers that'll give anglers a high likelihood of success. When fishing for these eater-sized blue catfish, you don't need a giant surf fishing rod or a real heavy action rod. Just a medium or a medium light 6.5, 7 foot spinning combo is just fine. This rod is set up with 15-pound braid. You could use straight mono if you wanted to, but a medium or medium light setup is just fine. And for a rig, the easiest rig that I'd recommend for beginner anglers to use is a rig called a Carolina rig, or also known as a fish finder rig. And the way we set this rig up, it's great for seeking out fish down along the bottom. So it starts with an egg sinker, which is then followed up by a bead or two. And the beads are just to protect your knot to your swivel here. I got a barrel swivel. And then for leader, I'm just running either 17 or 20-pound mono. Again, I'm not fishing for big fish, I'm fishing for eater-sized fish. And I'm just running 18, 20 inches or so. And then I set that up to a circle hook. And that's basically the rig there. Now, as far as the terminal tackle goes, you'll use different size weights and different size hooks for different situations. I don't like to throw a lot of lead. If I can get away with it, I like fishing with a 1/2 ounce egg sinker or a 3/4 ounce egg sinker. If it's a really windy day and I've got a strong outgoing tide, I'm in deep water, I might have to up that to 1 ounce or 2, in which case I'd have to up the size of my rod a little bit. But I like to go light for these blue catfish. Usually try to get away with a 1/2 ounce or a 3/4 ounce egg sinker. Just a pack of barrel swivels there, and then a pack of beads. And then as far as hooks go, I don't use gigantic circle hooks for these smaller fish. I'm using a 1/0 to 4/0, depends on the size of bait that I'm fishing, but that's typically what I'm using. For leader material, like I said, 17 or 20 pound is all I'm using. And then as far as bait goes, you can use a variety of different bait when you're fishing for blue catfish. If you can get your hands on some fresh cut bait, that's great. This is just gizzard shad from the river here, and I'm just using cut chunks of gizzard shad, which works really, really well. Some of these scented catfish baits, these dough balls, also are quite nice. I got a bloody chicken variety here, and then a chicken liver variety. And then you can get away too with just using night crawlers on a smaller circle hook, and that works just fine. All right, we've just baited our hook. We're about to cast out to the edge of the channel. After I make my cast, I'm gonna leave my bail open so that egg sinker can take that Carolina rig all the way down to the bottom, right? Then I'll close the bail, get it in the rod holder. I want a little bit of slack line, but not too much slack line. So we'll make that cast, get out into the edge of the channel. I'm gonna let that egg sinker take that line all the way down to the bottom. And once I'm confident my Carolina rig is down on the bottom, gonna close that bail, set it down in the rod holder, and a little bit of slack line is perfect, right? You can have a little bit of slack line that lets that line go all the way down to the bottom, and then we'll know when that line tightens up and that rod tip starts to dance, we'll know we've got a bite. It's really hard to fight the urge to set the hook when you're using these Carolina rigs. You wanna just pick up the rod and apply a little bit of side pressure and gently reel down.
That circle hook will rotate right in the corner of the mouth. Oh, there he is. So see how I didn't set the hook, I just grabbed it, did a little bit of pressure up, and there he was. You have to let that rod tip go down. Just give him some pumps down, crank up. Perfect eater size fish, 18 to 20 inches. So this is a perfect eater sized catfish here. Right in that sort of 19 to 20 inch range. Perfect size fish to get some fillets off of. Let this one go in the cooler. Okay, so we got a nice blue catfish here. This one ate some cut bait down along the bottom. They tend to orient towards the bottom, but blue catfish have barbels, what people call them whiskers, they're barbels. Each barbel has thousands of tiny taste buds. It's an olfactory sensory organ that the blue catfish uses to seek out food down along the bottom. One thing you want to be aware of when you're holding these catfish is that their pectoral fins and their dorsal fins have spines. So when you go to handle these fish, you want to make sure you straddle those spines between your fingers. If you hold this fish and you grab a hold of it like this, you could hurt yourself. Watch out for that dorsal spine as well. They tend to lock them in place when you get them in the boat. I usually try to straddle them between my fingers there and then get a good hold on them that way. As you can see, chasing these eater-sized blue catfish on light tackle is a lot of fun. Blue catfish are here to stay, but as anglers, we can help by catching them and consuming them. The smaller sized fish are perfect for eating. Just remember to always follow Virginia Department of Health consumption advisories. Blue catfish are a white flaky fish, and their mild flavor makes them quite versatile in the kitchen. So get out on the water and consider adding blue catfish to your dinner table. To learn more about this species, check out our website.